Hello everyone, welcome to this channel, and today, as you saw by the thumbnail, we are talking about Bedrock file machines. So these are two things, and two file machines are made. This one here and this one here, and this one here has two extensions. See here, you can see the extensions here. Do note that the 10-second long tutorial is after the explanation of the machines and stuff, so skip to the time in the description if you want that like really urgently. Actually, you can literally just it is really quick to build. It's literally just of 4 sticky pistons, 2 observers, 4 sign blocks, and that's it. This machine itself, of course, like the activation circuits and other stuff. Okay, let me just stop rambling and without further ado enter the thing today. So let me first explain a very basic fact. So everyone should probably know this. So if I activate this piston over here, it will push this piston, this second piston, and this block at the same time, and then it will retract, leaving the block over here. So it makes the assembly function as a normal piston. Then if I push this button, it retracts as expected. So by changing which piston is powered, we can actually make this thing behave as either a normal piston or a sticky piston. So first let me introduce you to this little fly machine over here. This is the basic thing that we are working with, and basically we have the fly machine itself and how to activate it. Oh no, this is in the wrong position. Why am I so careless when I'm making my videos? So never mind, let's just get this over with, so wasting our time. So as you can see here, this thing is moving up, and this thing basically how this thing works is basically the top module. So right now, let me destroy these 2 pistons first. So right now the top module over here is functioning as a sticky piston. So you can see this piston, this lower piston here is powered, so it can retract the bottom module. Okay, this thing can retract the bottom module, and in the lower module though, this bottom piston is powered, so this thing is pushing. So basically what happens when I activated this bottom piston pushes first, which causes this top module to go up by 1 block, and then this observer this top observer detects the update, and then this one just retracts up the bottom module, and then this bottom observer detects the update, which causes this thing to push up the top module again. So basically this thing retracts and this thing pushes, so basically you keep going up and up and up, and that's how it works. Now if you wanted to go the reverse way by the same logic, you can have 2. Let me just retract. Let me just retract that observer. So now as you can see, the observer, this bottom module, is now in retract mode. And let me just stop this thing at the bottom first. And then now the top module is in push mode, and by the same theory, this thing pushes, this thing retracts, this thing pushes, this thing brings the top one down, this thing pushes, this one brings the top one down, so on and so forth, and then it moves down. Let me just show you. I will try to keep in line so you can see how the thing is moving. It's lagging a bit though, but I hope you can still kind of see what is going on here. And now you can see if I push this button, it moves up again. Let me show you the up cycle one more time, and then we will move on to our next phase, which is explaining how the main contraption works. Okay, hope that's enough for you. Now, actually, by all these little pauses, I believe you can already pretty much build the whole thing without need of a tutorial. This little thing without need of a tutorial. So basically, at the bottom, you just retract both observers down at the same time, and then at the top, you also retract both observers up. So basically, that's how you switch the states. So basically, you just switch the states of both the top and the bottom at the same time, and then the observers also detect the update, so it also activates the thing. Okay. Now, can you make a chain of flying machines? Like, yes, of course, as you already see here. So basically, first of all, over here you have the main flying machine, and then on the top module, I joined up this little mechanism here, which is literally identical to this one, as well as the bottom module. It's literally made up of the same module. Everything is made up of the same mechanism, literally. And then basically, this thing is capable of, as I said before, purely pushing without retraction, and also retracting. So in this state here, as you can see, this top piston is being powered. The top piston will be powered by the observer, so it basically is in pure pushing mode. And then over here, you can put a second extend. You can put the same mechanism on the end of your first extension, and you can have a chain of these as long as you want. So if you build this thing sideways, you will get a sugarcane farm or a bamboo farm. Okay, that's it. By the way, the farms will be in the next video, as well as other applications of such things. So when you are making a lot of extensions, let me show you the order in which the observers should be retracted, because like I haven't explained how to the order in which to switch the states of this mechanism. You know, pushing. When to change this from push to retract, and when to change it from retract to push, so nothing jams. So first of all, start with the furthest away module from the main flying machine. Actually, I should build one right here, pretty close. I know it's gonna be a late. So now you can see here we should be first activating this furthest module, this mechanism, which is the furthest away from the main flying machine, and then the second furthest, and then the third furthest, and so on, until you reach the one that's closest, which is literally the third furthest here. Sorry for the little wordplay, that was a bit confusing. You basically do this one first, and then 4 ticks or something later you do this one, and then 4 ticks or something later you do this one, and finally 4 ticks later you do both of these two at the same time. So let me activate this so we can see what happens. I know you didn't get a very good shot of what was happening, but anyways, you can see here that everything is going up. The dirt, I kind of built it right on the ground, so there is dirt on, so there's dirt stuck to it. Doesn't really matter. Let me just break the dirt. Now if I push down on the top side, it's the same thing. You should be activating this one first, and then this one, and then this one, and then finally these two at the same time. That is how you do it. I don't know if you caught that, but basically this piston fired first, and then this one, and then these two at the same time. Now let me give you a small shot of how of this thing going down. Yeah. If I push this button again, you can see everything goes together pretty well. There's nothing that is left over, there's nothing that jams, everything fits perfectly, I suppose. And if you don't do if you don't do these in this order, because of how all the pistons are, everything is hooked up to each other, the machine will jam. So I guess that's enough for today's video. Oh wait, I'm supposed to provide a tutorial. Okay, I will suppose I should just build one with you guys. So do note that from this point onwards, you are literally supposed to follow me as I build this. So please do. So if you don't, so it might be pretty slow. You can have so basically you have 4 slime blocks like this in this shape, and then you have a sticky piston, like 2 sticky pistons facing up. Oops. And then 2 sticky pistons facing down, like this. And then on the up sequence, so as I said before, this segment, you are meant to follow this segment along in your own Minecraft world, so please do not say it is boring or something. That always happens. Always happens. No. Now anyways, after you build the little flying machine here, it should be pretty clear how to build this. You put you put 2 sticky pistons like this. This is gonna be your mechanism state switcher. So basically after it reaches the bottom in this state, this piston will retract this thing down, and this piston will retract the bottom observer down. So basically it reverses the state of both things at the same time, and by our earlier explanation, the thing will move up. Yeah. pretty clean, I must say. So basically it's very simple. You just activate these at the same time using redstone dust and I can show you how this thing goes through the air like this. And let me stop it right there. Yeah. And then on the bottom half, it is pretty much the same. You basically change the states of both at the same time by this time by retracting the observer up. Both observers up. This will switch the states of both things. So the retractor becomes the pusher becomes the retractor. I have said this a few times, and it is always necessary for you to build this thing yourself if you want to get any adequate understanding of what is happening. Like I always hear people say, I have no idea how this works. I cannot activate an iron door and so on, and it's really because they don't follow any the instructions and stuff. They don't even do anything. They don't experiment. They just go out and then complain and say that they do not understand anything at all. It's honestly, I don't know whether to feel sad or not. So basically, after I have distracted you from completing your build, I believe that is enough to show you how it's supposed to happen. Now, if you want to build an extension, I can build one right here. Now the first one, due to the push limit, must be exactly right here. And then you can put a second one over here, and then so on. Like this. Here's our second extension done. So basically this is area, so basically I'm so bad at explaining stuff. You can't have and then basically you can see here how there are 5 ticks of delay between the pistons that are retracting this stuff. So I suppose I should try giving this a whirl. You can see how everything is retracted in order. You can see how just now this state was switched first, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. And I also note that because of how this thing is constructed, pushed up out of that block. Now, I hope this is enough to satisfy everyone for today. I know my voice was pretty soft throughout the whole video, but I cannot really do anything about it due to how my mic works. I will try brightening the cell, I suppose. Thank you, and I guess we have passed the 20-minute mark.